Hey, what's up guys? In this video that's coming up next, what you're gonna see is a hip focused capacity training. And this is just an example of an area or region specific training that I'll put into place sometimes. And I think this is really helpful for those recovering from a hip injury that have been cleared to start to progress their training, or just somebody that wants to do a hip specific workout real quick. Maybe you're just throwing in a little bit of accessory work or whatever that is. So again, this is a hip focused one. I picked three hip specific exercises, and basically what I do is I just run through three different types of contractions. Basically, I just like to focus on each one of the main contractions and put that a little bit more attention to each one. And the biggest reason I like to do that is because working the hip in a couple different ranges of motion and a couple different target muscle groups, I guess, basically. And I like to have each have an emphasis on each one of those contractions, because it's good to put our muscle through different variations, basically. Different muscle groups, it's good to put through different variations because it builds up tolerance through each one of those types of contractions. And it also is a really good way to just kind of burn and exhaust certain muscle groups out. So sometimes it's okay to bring muscle groups or different regions to fatigue, or as close to fatigue as you can get. So I like to throw in this capacity training because it's a really good way to just exhaust different muscle groups and exhaust the hip, specifically in this video, exhaust it in different planes. So what you'll see is running through some external rotation, abduction. You're gonna see just some straight abduction to get the outside hip muscle groups, glute med, all that kind of stuff. And then you're gonna see hip flexion focus exercise. It doesn't have, this is just three that I picked that I felt like doing at that moment in time. And then you're gonna see an isometric bias contraction. You're gonna see a concentric bias contraction, and then an eccentric bias contraction. So I go through each one of those. I'll do each of the three exercises isometrically, then concentrically, then eccentrically. But again, you can, if you're really, if you got a lot of hip strength and capacity already built up, you could pick one of the exercises and then do all three versions right in a row to really like exhaust and drain it out, and then switch to the next exercise. So there's a lot of flexibility and freedom with this. But again, I just think it's really important to bring certain areas and certain regions and muscle groups through varying degrees of range of motion and contraction type. So hope you guys enjoy this quick little example, and stay tuned to check it out. Bye, Riley.